So what is up, guys? I have woken up and I've now seen some Nubatama cards have been revealed, the two triple rares. So let's go over these real quick. So Stealth Shura Dragon Kujikiricongo. It's a break ride. So your Vanguard gets plus 10,000 power and the opponent binds one random card from their hand. It's a random. At the end of the turn, return that bound card to the hand. Then at the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent has to discard a card from their hand. So by their end phase of their attack, they have to discard a card. How this kind of works is, obviously your opponent has to now go make it and break it, because in the end, say your opponent only has two cards. Let's make a scenario. Two cards with this. If he only has two cards, the bind is legit 50-50. If you hit one PG, or if you had two PGs, well, guess what? Now you hit smacked out pretty much that one defense that was going to stop you, especially on last damage. Being as this may, we definitely need to see a different type. Hopefully there is a good unit we're going to be break riding on top of this, because this effect is good in the sense, I would say forcing your opponent's hand. What I mean by that is forcing your opponent's hand is play a good intercept game, forcing their units out of the hand. That way you kill and smack whatever you can. That way they lose their momentum, and by the time you ride this, they'll possibly be losing a PG anyways. That way you automatically get the game when you attack. There's something around those lines. I mean, there's always something away around Kujikiricongo, and that's pretty much like you do force their hand, number one. That's pretty much all I can say about them. I say you force it because if they're down to that like 188 card and they know they're gonna have to discard it, they're just gonna play it as a booster. I mean, unless they're praying for a draw trigger, which I guess most players would be waiting on. Like, oh, I hope I get a draw trigger, and then they get the draw trigger, and then they just discard the garbage, maintaining that PG, also maintaining that what just happened moment. But well, we're going to be seeing some more units come to this game as well for Nuba. I mean, these are the only two that they have shown us, but hopefully there will be more bind units. I know there was a bind unit that returned your opponent's whole field to the hand practically, but we did see that Forerunner in the prediction video saying you can kill two cards in the bind zone, send them to the graveyard, send them to the drop zone so they don't get those cards back. So there's that. But that's good. I think bind one of your opponent's random cards, and by the way, you can actually go see what that random card is. It's not face down. You can definitely see if you hit the PG or not, which is good. There you go. So on and so forth. And Stealth Beast Tamahagane. Obviously, I mean, I was expecting him to be double rare, but sure, let's make him one of the triple rares. Why not? When placed, he maintained his actual Vanguard TCG effect. Bind one of your opponent's rear guards. At the end of that turn, return that card from the bind zone to the hand. So I guess this is giving your opponent like big hands, pretty much. Like you can make them overextend their draw triggers, where they won't be able to get cards because you gave them all these cards back. So whatever they draw, they would lose it. And who knows, maybe that's a good thing, you know? Well, maybe that good draw was, it's a blessing and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not really seeing it like that. I'm actually thinking like this break ride, obviously, he had his nerf moment where, he used to say, I think it was like, if your opponent has 3 or more cards, you make them bind one, and then they discard one all in one turn. Now it legit went down to your opponent binds one random. Then by their end of the next turn, if you live that long, by the way, this is assuming you live by then. And if you did, they have to discard one card from their hand, which is possibly going to be the PG, so you go for game after that. So again, this deck is pretty much high rolling it too. You legit have to see if you hit a freaking PG off a 50-50, or you make them discard a PG, you live for a turn, so you could win because you're going to make them discard a card. And that's about it. I mean, wow, I did not expect that for this guy, but they did try to keep the balance with Nubatama from the looks of it, just reading this effect. So we're going to wait and see how this goes with these guys, because we got to see some more units, because right now Tamahagane is the only thing that's been binding, and there's another unit that kills the bind zone. But we got to see what G2s we're going to be getting that will complement this as well, along with a freaking G3, because yeah, I think I need a little bit more than just the one bind at random. If they hit so many of their draw triggers, they have 4 cards, your odds always diminish to a 25%, Or if they have two PGs, well, still you can kill that percentage at least by smacking one. And if you can break their defense with Tamahagane, that's pretty good too. I mean, Tamahagane is definitely one of those situations where you kind of save them if they have intercept. Bind it. Go swing and get your attacks and keep your aggressive plays going until you break right. Make your opponent waste their hand pretty much, and then boom, you bind a random PG out of their 2 cards, and you might actually win. Especially if it's 2 cards and you just bind the one and it was both PGs, you're good because you just play Tamahagane, bind an intercept, and go for game. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Nubatama, we have to wait to see more cards. Definitely, hopefully the break right gives that card a little bit more justice. We'll see how this plays out. If you're curious about Nubatama, go watch the prediction video I made about it. And you can see a couple more of the cards just to be on the lookout for some change in effects. But thanks for watching, guys. Be good. Stay safe. And I'll see you all another time. And thank my friend Ikuda for sending me these. My boy Ali was sleeping during these times, so we got to get to it, you know?